will start with that kind of mood board, like trash mood board. That's why we used to call in our talks from trash to Vogue cover, because it was like this. First, the most part of the clients, they want to cut the costs. And they come to us okay, I want to do AI because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's not cheaper. It's not cheaper. And we have to explain why it's not cheaper.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Nimble Talks. I'm Fabio, and today I have the privilege to be speaking with another Portuguese creative like myself. How's it going, Maria?
Very good. How are you today?
Good. I'm good. It's been a long day of work, but I'm really excited about this conversation. So Maria Vinagre is a fashion stylist, and she's been working as an AI creative director. She's been doing a lot of interesting stuff that we're going to talk about today. And just to kick things off, I'm planning to do this almost like an intro ritual, and I think it's the first person you're going to be asked about this. But what's your current AI toolbox? Like, what kind of tools have you been exploring?
Today, the most part of the times I use the same, because if I'm honest, Hugo, my husband, he tries the tools and he tell me, oh, this one is good for this and that one is for the other thing.
Almost acting like a filter.
More or less like a filter. And I use the most part of the times I use the same ones, the Midjourney, Crea, Runway. That's it. Of course, you have a lot of tools, and you have the Crea. It's better for one thing, Midjourney for another. But I have these three like favorites, so that's why
Yeah. Those are your must-haves. We can say.
Kind of. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So, let's start off with your personal journey so far. How did you switch? Not necessarily switch, but how did you adopt this new technology within your work, and especially coming from, let's say, maybe a more traditional background as a fashion stylist? How did this evolve into what is happening today in your work life?
So it was a funny day when this started, because we are in holidays, and I'm on the beach reading my book, and Hugo is trying Midjourney all the time, and it was like, you have to check this, but I'm always used to be the kind of artist like a typical one, no? The papers, the cut, and
traditional, old school.
Old school, total. And he's trying to push me into the Midjourney, and I tell you, I don't care about this. I don't like computers. Please let me go. I don't like this. And of course, he took the Midjourney, start to doing some mood boards, and come to me and tell me, you have to see this. Maybe we can do some mood board or for a fashion editorial. Okay. Do you have some image? Yes. Let me see. Okay. This one, it's not a fashion editorial. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start again. And I start to working with Hugo in this project. Like, okay, you cannot do a fashion editorial if I'm not with you, and if I don't do the mood board. Okay, we cannot nothing special. So let's go. And it was like this, basically.
Okay. And when was that?
2021. Yes.
2021. So maybe
2022.
22.
22.
So this was Yeah, okay. So this was in a time that, for example, Midjourney was still in the older versions, like probably
Yes, yes,
version
yes.
4, not even 5, I would say, version
No, no,
4.
no.
So
Four. Yes.
4, yeah,
4 or 3.
So, or even 3, yeah.
Yes. Final of the
So,
3, beginning of the 4, more or less.
okay, okay. That's, yeah, that's interesting. So, in back then, there was a lot of limitations. It's not
Yes,
the outputs that you have, for example, right now with the current version, for example. So,
yes, but
how did you manage to get to like actual good results
uh-huh.
within those limitations, right? And especially coming again from a traditional backgrounds with more traditional ways of working, you know?
You have more limitations, but it's like a canvas, no, an empty canvas. I used to say this every time I talk with other peoples, because the AI it's a canvas,
Yeah.
and when you don't have limitations, you can create better and better.
Mm-hmm.
And this case, it was like this.
Yeah.
Because we create a very cool image for Vogue Portugal because it was that one,
Mm-hmm.
our first project, and without limits,
Yeah.
because you have limitations but you don't have limits because you don't know the
True.
tool.
True. True. Mm-hmm.
You don't know the tool. You don't know anything. So that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. And it's interesting that, for example, from my personal experience, I'm really traditional as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really traditional. For example, up until last month, I didn't have an Instagram profile, and I never had it. So I everything that is related to 60s and 70s, it's something that I.
I have 4 Instagrams.
So you're the opposite. You're the opposite. So coming from also an old school kind of person in that sense, even though you have 4 Instagram profiles, it's interesting that I'm embracing this so much as you. So having the chance to explore my creativity with this really advanced and almost avant-garde technology, it's just really exciting. And speaking about your work, I think I think the industry you work in, and especially again coming from that background as a stylist, it's probably one of the industries that the human touch, the human element, is the most demanding. It's not just being creative. It's not just being like really sharp in terms of output, but it's actually a lot of complex things that only humans can do. Like, for example, if you're exploring garments in fabrics with AI,
Hmm.
you have to have that stylist look, right? Because if you depend on AI exclusively, AI is not a stylist at all. So, how do you see it that way? Like in terms of human touch, is like really demanding, which is great for you, of course.
But I have to come one step back because when you say AI, it's not a stylist. Yes, okay, it's true, and that's why we need the stylist. But it's not only in AI. We need the stylist also in the real life,
That's
because the
true.
most part of the times that kind of profession, the people don't need, or they say, I don't need a stylist
Yeah.
because I know how to dress myself, so I don't need
Hmm.
the stylist. And it's not like that.
Yeah.
You can dress yourself very well, but it's not the same thing.
Hmm.
And AI, it's the same. But here in the AI, us, the stylists, we have a positive point, no? Because here the people cannot do our job in a machine.
Yeah. That's
Know
true.
what I mean? In real
That's
life,
true.
yes. Okay, I can dress myself, so I can be a stylist. But here in AI, okay, shit, I don't understand anything about this, so I need a professional.
Yeah. But
Yeah. It's the same. Yes, but it's very important, the work of the stylist in the AI, because the AI doesn't understand different things. For example, the materials, the textures, the shapes. The AI doesn't understand. You can text, for example, silk, and the intelligence artificial don't understand the floating of the silk. So it's very difficult to create this kind of texture and this kind of movement if you don't describe very well on the prompt. And for that, you have to know, you have to understand the knowledge of that tissue and the movement of that tissue. So that's why it's so important. Stylist or not only a stylist, but also a costume designer, a fashion designer also. It's super important, the knowledge of these people.
Yeah. It's almost like you need to translate products and clothes to its own language,
Yes.
right?
In words,
By
basically.
just describing, just making sure that all the details of the fabric, of the material are there. Yeah, never thought about that. But
Because otherwise, the silk, it's like a folio,
yeah,
a solid folio. No,
yeah.
it's like this, and it's okay. No, it's
Where's the
not.
texture? Like, where's the yeah.
Where is the movement? What's
Yeah.
happened here?
And you also just mentioned something that I also find it really challenging because, again, I'm not a stylist, which is it's not just the texture and details for a still image without any sort of movement. But for example, if you switch to video, then how the clothes flow, they are different, right?
Yes.
One thing is leather, another thing is silk. So you just made a really good, really interesting point. I never thought about it. And that's it. It's just beyond like the actual application in almost real life, the AI replication of real life, in which there's movement and clothes behave differently in terms of motion. Do you find that challenging as well? For example, if you switch to video?
Yes, of course. And the most part of the times you cannot do a full project with AI. You have to create the project and use another tools like CGI, Photoshop, everything. So, for example, we had a very nice project with the arena swimwear, and where the project was like exactly this, the fabric of the tissue of the swimsuits.
Yeah.
We have to show this, and so we have to integrate with CGI to show the reality of the tissue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
full AI, it's not. You don't have the full control, so it's difficult to have a final piece just only with AI.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. That's why whenever Ugo posts about hybrid production, I'm always like, yeah, that's probably the most useful at this stage, at least the most useful use case and application in terms of creation, because there's still some limitations. There's still some limitations.
Yes.
And you're mentioning, for example, a swimsuit, even how wet it is after being used, like, and even in clothes, like jackets, if it's raining, if you're just simulating a rainy environment, a rainy scenario, clothes behave differently again. So it's really, really interesting. So what you're saying is hybrid production as of now is the way to go, because going full on AI is just too limiting.
Yes, and we used to say that the base of this everything, it's the knowledge. So you have to learn everything. You have to know. Now, for example, I have to understand Photoshop, and I used to. I study graphic design, but I used to be a very bad designer, but really, really, really bad, because computer, it's not my thing. And now okay, now I'm good on it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah. It pushed you towards something that you were not previously
Yes. Yeah. And now I have to learn a little bit
knowledgeable.
of Photoshop because I need Photoshop.
Yeah,
If you work in AI, you need to know Photoshop. You need to know
that's a
video.
fact.
You need to know everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
It is
almost like a self-learning process in which whenever we encounter a problem, okay, there's a tool for that, and I need to learn how that tool works.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
totally.
never ending. It's never
No,
ending.
never ending. It's a never ending. You don't have holidays. And it's like more and more meetings, more and more videos.
Yeah,
And if you have a teacher at home, perfect.
it's even better. Ugo is the best one. So, so the next topic I would like to talk about is actually, let's just go back to. I'm sorry, I was about to mention the Vogue cover you guys did. Let's keep that for now because since we're talking about the products and the challenges, I'm
Mhm.
actually curious to learn more about the how it has been dealing with clients, like how open they are, especially for this industry,
Mhm.
um, how much expectations they have versus reality.
Mhm.
How has it been like dealing with clients and all this?
In general, it's positive. The point right now, it's really positive. Um, just to have an idea, uh, I'm not doing my styling projects, but I'm full with AI. We are full with AI, both of us.
Hmm.
The clients are more and more open, but of course, we like to work we work in different industries, but the industry who have more money, it's the one who came to us, so the luxury.
Yeah.
And this industry, it's very, very, very picky because they love the perfect things.
Yes. When's my question? I was really curious because it's probably the industry that is most obsessed with perfection.
Yes, 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 yes. I have a friend. She used to call me the black sheep of the fashion because I used to say I don't know nothing about fashion, but I work in fashion. But why that? Because I jumped to the fashion late. So I have my values, I have my knowledge, and I came from a small town with no ego. And I jump to inside of this world and I stay with my values and I understand the ego of the other ones. No?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in that case, they are super picky because it's a competition. It's a competition all the time between the brands, between the creatives, between
Yeah.
everything, because it's a glamorous world where if you are better than me, I have to struggle you. No.
Yeah.
So that's why that. And the image, the perfection image. So you cannot have the nails in bad condition.
Yeah.
You have to go to your office very well dressed and
Yeah.
with a very good
Almost
makeup.
with the AI polish.
Yes,
Almost.
a bit.
Yeah.
Yes, a bit. And
AI, if you think about the AI standards, those are the best ones for for a luxury brand.
that's what this client wants. But
Yeah.
AI, it's super perfect, but it's not. Now it's more real, but not the real like they
Yeah.
want,
Mm-hmm.
because they want the real humans.
Yeah.
But okay, we are
Yeah.
human.
No flaws, no imperfections, but not AI, full AI. Like
Yes,
those aesthetics, those
because they
aesthetics.
love the perfection. It's
Yeah.
like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they sell perfection.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I can do a small example like the mandarins, the orange. No, if you sell orange for Portugal or for Spain, you can sell the orange with the stamps and scarves, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And these ones are the best ones, more juicy, more sweet, etc. But if you send them to Dubai, you're gonna sell on Dubai the round ones, perfect,
Perfectly
shine.
shaped. Yeah.
It's more or less the same.
It's more or less the same.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
yes, it's
And
more or less the same.
how in terms of expectations, not related to the aesthetics in general, the kind of visuals they want,
Mhm.
but expectations in general. Do they approach you with the mindset of we want this and we think that this is possible with AI? Then you
Yes,
have to do like the reality check and say, hey, we're not there
we have
yet.
to repeat
This is
all
not
the time.
possible. How is the dynamics
We
with the
have to
clients?
repeat it all the time, all the time. Not possible.
Yeah.
It's not possible. We cannot control the AI. It's not
Yeah.
possible. It's it's this quote. It's the best one. It's not.
Sometimes in different languages, but it's always the same quote.
But we want more candies. We want more these specific candies. We want a full table with different kinds of gourmandise, uh, caramels, macarons, jelly cake, etc. Lemon pie, a lot, and everything perfect.
Yeah. Not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. You should wear you you guys should do like a t-shirt with that
It's not possible.
sentence, or even the cap, just to make sure that people understand your point ever since the
No, but
beginning.
they say, okay, I understand it's not possible, but
Yeah.
maybe we can do this. No, it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
possible. Please.
Yeah. And are they comfortable, for example, with doing hybrid production? And by that I mean incorporating real life concepts and creations with AI, even though, of course, incorporating the actual real visuals means more money, more cost. And how does it work? Are you feeling some sort of friction there as well with hybrids, or
Of
not
course,
much?
the most part of the clients they want to cut the
Yeah,
costs, and they come to us to okay. I want to do AI because it's cheaper.
yeah,
No, it's not cheaper. It's not cheaper. And we have to explain why it's not cheaper.
yeah,
Plans of the project, of course, but but it's not cheaper because, of course, if you want to do a project with CGI, it's gonna be a huge budget, and it's not the same. But
yeah,
depends of the brand. It's not cheaper do a full production in real life or make a production in AI. It's
yeah,
different. For small clients, no.
yeah. So you really have to do continuous reality checks. Like first the expectations in terms of results, and then the second in terms of cost even. Oh, but we thought it was cheaper because you just press a button and send a prompt, and that's it. You know.
Yes,
So
yes.
there's also that problem, right? The challenge.
Yes, yes, it is. Now we are working on a super nice project. We're gonna film this on 10 of April, I think. It's a big one. It's super nice, and we are making all the backgrounds, all the set in AI.
Wow.
We have to integrate the real people in that visuals.
Yeah.
And we're gonna shoot the people in studio with not chroma but another technology with
Hmm.
LEDs, etc. This it's not my part, so I cannot explain super
Yeah.
good. But it's super nice because it's the first time we're gonna do that. We're gonna shoot in the real life to integrate with AI, and the integration has to be amazing because it's a luxury client.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we have to finish it very, very, very
You have
well.
to nail it. You have to nail it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one
And you
with
will. And you will.
the table with it's not possible. It's not possible.
Yeah. That's the quote. That's the quote of the day in probably the year, the next year.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Control.
yeah, yeah,
Another one.
yeah. Okay, so let's now talk about Vogue, the Vogue cover. So just for some context for the audience and the subscribers, Maria and Hugo, they had the privilege to create the cover of the 20th anniversary of Vogue Portugal. An amazing job you guys did. Congrats. Tell us more about the process, not necessarily like how it's, of course, you can share that, how it's developed and everything, but maybe more like behind the scenes. How stressful was that? How challenging it was? So yeah, just share some thoughts related to that, like almost like the behind the scenes process.
Okay, so not stress, not at all, because
Okay.
we are on the beach. It was
You always
because it was my first project. That one.
that
When it
one.
was
Ah, okay.
It was that
Okay. So it's related to. Oh, okay. Now I got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll start with that kind of mood board, like trash mood board. That's why
Yeah.
we used to call in our talks from trash to Vogue cover because it was like this.
Yeah.
Yes, and so we start with a creative mood board. Basically, we start the way like the normal in the traditional way, no, like a creative mood board with the reference of the image, the backgrounds, the makeup, styling, etc. A real mood board.
The typical mood board. Yeah.
Typical mood board. Yes, if you work in the production, or you know what it is.
Yeah.
After that, we start creating the prompting with all the elements, the elements we have. A jacket from Balenciaga, balaclava from Marni, catsuits, the angle, the light, the blur of because we want to have the blur of the in the photo.
Yeah.
Sometimes the kaleidoscopic, and finally we finalized the project with I don't know how many, but more than 2,000 images, more or less.
How did you manage to decide?
And this is
That's the stressful part. Then now I get it. That's the stressful part.
Brexit. We want to do a fashion editorial, but we don't have the pressure,
Yeah.
so we have time.
Yeah.
We are very, very, very relaxed on the beach, on the terrace, in the night, with the good weather. So we
Just brainstorming, trying to decide. Yeah.
exactly not stress at all. And we start to choosing the image. It was a huge selection, and we have to make this in the different parts, like in 2 or 3 selections, or more or less. In the final, we finish with I don't know if 20 or something like that. But the magazines, they don't accept so much pictures, so we send them to Vogue, and let's see what's happened. We explain.
Fingers crossed. Let's wait.
We explain all the project, all the concept. It was exclusive for them, so and they answer us. This was in August, and we received the answer in the end of September.
Hmm?
Yes, the end of September. Yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
And and of course we stay very. Oh my God, what's happened here? It was amazing,
Amazing. Amazing.
amazing, and but they choose just the quantity enough to put in 9 double pages.
Yeah. And were you happy with the result?
Yes.
With
Yes.
their okay, yeah.
Because that kind of this project, it was our baby, and it was very artistic, because you don't know where the AI begins and where the painting begins. So it's a mix, no?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
It's a real art over there.
Yeah,
That's
it
why
is.
it's so
I
beautiful.
totally yeah, I totally agree. Um, and how was the dynamics between you both? Like, what's the background of Hugo? Is he a stylist as well?
No, no,
Or
no. He is an art director in advertising. He
okay,
used to
okay.
work with Volkswagen, Nike,
Mm-hmm.
Football Club Barcelona,
Oh,
and other
amazing.
ones, the big ones, in the
Yeah.
big agencies.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have more or less, since you're also a creative director, you more or less have the same language. You share a common language, so it was easy. It was easy. Yeah,
Yes, yes. I know more about fashion, and he knows more about advertising. So we have the best of the two worlds,
I would say
and
so.
it's a good synergy. So
Yeah. No, that's a match. No, that's a match.
it's a match.
It's a match. It's a match. Amazing. Okay, so we don't have much time left. Just wanted to ask you, just to finish off, what are your expectations in terms of AI for this year? And especially what you would like to see in terms of new features, and especially things that would help you with your workflow. Do you have any ideas you wanted to share?
Um,
What would be the best tool developed and launched or improved in 2025?
I don't know. It's a difficult question because I live the moment, so I don't know.
It's hard.
It's
But
hard.
any for example, any functionality that's as of now you don't see in any tool that would make your work easier, for example.
Like a lazy person. Maybe I can say to my computer everything on my mind and then do it for myself.
I was actually thinking the other day, I'm expecting this year to be the year that some platforms introduce the voice option.
Yes.
One thing is writing down, because I usually when I create my art, for example, I do like brainstorm ideas and everything, but I think the next step is naturally going to the prompt bar, whatever platform it is, but just going straight to the prompt bar and start experimenting. But I think there should be a second step in that process in which you're just venting sometimes and just talking to the model and try to come up with some ideas, like an actual dynamics in terms of conversation before the actual prompt. So maybe as a lazy person as well, just sitting on the couch, like, how about a woman sitting?
Exactly. I like this.
You see, let's let's push Midjourney to offer that option later this year. But yeah, I think that could help a lot with our creative process, having this dynamics, almost like brainstorming with the AI model. So yeah, let's see what this year brings us.
Because the AI comes and grows very fast. So let's see what's
Yeah,
happened.
yeah. It wouldn't
Sometimes,
surprise me to have that. Yeah,
sometimes it's scary, but for me, I don't know. I don't have afraid.
yeah.
I saw this movement like another artistic movement. Of course, with more monsters, because we have more monsters here. But let's see, because in 50 years, I'm not here so anymore. So
And I think people really need to skip skepticism because, of course, it's a tool. But I think as time goes by and the more advanced and more automated stuff will be, I think the human touch is going to be even more valuable. It's almost like I was actually talking to someone the other day, and he did a really interesting analogy in which he mentioned that the creation of the hamburger. So first we had the artisanal because all of them were artisanal, and then mass production, like especially with the fast food, McDonald's and everything. So it kind of lost its appeal, and now what's actually valued is going back to the artisanal roots. And maybe if we apply this, I love this analogy. And Pedro, sorry to quote you without mentioning, so now I'm mentioning you. But I just love this analogy, and I do think that it's already valued, but I think it's going to be even more valued, the human touch, the more automated things become. So there's hope. There's hope.
there's hope. That's what's happened.
Yeah. Maria, we're just right on time. Thank you so much for the chat.
If you come to Barcelona, we're gonna have a talk in AI Hub.
Awesome.
The end of April.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be there.
That's okay. That's great. That's great to know. Also for the Spanish subscribers or subscribers that are in Spain, that could also be a really good opportunity to meet up and do some networking. Always great. We'll keep that in mind. Thanks. So yeah, thank you so much once again for having this chat. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, everyone. nimblelab.substack.com. That's where I keep posting things weekly and also share these great conversations with other AI creatives. That's it for now. Until next time, have a good one.